Hey guys, it is November 9th, and I am a couple days late on my Nodevember tutorial, but that's okay, we're going to rectify that right now. So we're doing Sprint today, and it's going to be real easy, I promise. So, go to Settings, Project Settings, and you're just going to scroll down on the left here, go to Input. And where you see Action Mapping, you will see that we have a Jump and a Reset VR. We don't really need the Reset VR, but let's not worry about that. Action mappings are for like a yes or no function. You're doing something or you're not doing something, so you're either jumping or you're not jumping, right? So in this case, we're going to hit the little plus button here, and we're going to call this sprint. So we're either sprinting or we're not sprinting. Next we want to tell it, next we want to tell it what key on the keyboard we are using. And to do that, you just click the down button, scroll, and we're going to use left shift, which is hiding right here. And that's all we have to do. We're done in this part. So let's just exit out of there. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to go into our character blueprint. So I want to go blueprints, third person character, double click, and let me just drag this over so you guys can see. Okay, so we're inside our character blueprint here, and we're going to need a couple things. So first thing we're going to need is we're going to need sprint. And this will give us the action event that we just made. If you don't make that action event in project settings, you won't be able to find this. So here we go. We've got sprint, and now we need a couple variables. So first we're going to make walk speed, and it's going to be a float. Okay, and now we're going to make another, and we're going to call this sprint speed. And it's also going to be a float. Now let's compile so we can actually give values to these variables. So walk speed, we'll set it at the default 600, and sprint speed, we'll set it at 1500 just so it's easier for you guys to see. Okay, now how do we tell it to sprint when we press the key or release the key? Well, we're going to need some functions for that. So this new function, we're going to rename it. We're going to call this start sprint. Okay, we're going to need another one, so we'll go ahead and make that first. We're going to call this stop sprint. Okay, so let's go up to start sprint, drag in character movement, and drag off of character movement, and type in set walk speed. Okay, and you want the set max walk speed. Whoops, there we go, misclicked. Anyways, so we've got our set max walk speed. And we want to tell it to use the value we set in this variable. So we're going to get walk speed, and we're going to hook that up to the max walk speed. Drag this up, hook it up, and we're good. That's one function done. Nope, sorry, I was wrong. Do not use walk speed. Use sprint speed because we are starting the sprint. So drag off of there. And now what this will do is this will set our max walk speed to 1500. Okay? And we're going to go into stop sprint. Okay, so same thing that we just did. Drag in your character movement, drag off, and type in set max walk speed. So again, we want our set max walk speed, and what we need from there is we want to tell it to use the walk speed that we've set. So we're just going to hook it up there. And boom. So when stop sprint is called, it will set the max walk speed to the variable that we have designated will be 600. Compile. Now into the event graph where we've placed our input action. When pressed, we want it to start sprinting. And if I scroll up, you can see it says call function start sprinting. And again, drag off of released, and we're going to type in stop sprinting. Well, call function stop sprint. Okay, and that should be it. Hit compile, go into our game here, hit play, and as you can see I'm walking at the regular speed, and when I hit shift, we're moving much faster. We're moving at that super fast sprint speed that we set. And that is it. Do keep in mind though, if you want to replicate this for multiplayer, there are some extra steps which are not going to be covered in this video. So anyways, I hope you guys found this useful. Got a real quick one for you today. Basically anybody can do this one. You don't even have to have used Unreal before. You can just walk right in here, set this up, and you should be able to grasp the principle of it. Anyways, that's it for me, and I will see you in the next one that I'm going to start making right now.